This is Alan, you're watching Program File. What is a web page, and what is a website? A website is anything you access on the internet with your web browser. When you go to Google and search for baked mac and cheese, you'll find a link to a recipe. That link takes you to a web page on a website, like Mom's favorite baked mac and cheese recipe on allrecipes.com. All web pages, with very few exceptions, are made of three main components. It starts with the HTML. HTML is a markup language. When the browser reads it, it basically turns it into a fancy document like you could create with Microsoft Word. You can think of it like an outline with headers, sections, indentations, tables, and images. You can have a web page that's only HTML, but that would be pretty boring. So one of the most important things the HTML does is reference other files. So the browser downloads them and includes them in the web page. So to make it look better, there's CSS. CSS is another programming language that's very unique. It just defines rules for how things look. You can set fonts, colors, borders, background colors, and images. In general, rules are defined for different types of document elements, or classifiers that the programmer will make up themselves. And finally, to bring the web page to life, you have JavaScript. JavaScript is a complete programming language. With it, you can modify the document on the fly based on what the user is doing. The JavaScript can take advantage of the CSS by modifying a document's element, and thus how the CSS applies to it. To put it another way, HTML is the noun, CSS is the adjective, and JavaScript is the verb. HTML is what the web page is, CSS is how it looks, and JavaScript is how it behaves. For each of these, there's a multitude of different libraries and technologies that take different approaches towards the same goal, displaying a web page to the user. But ultimately, they all boil down to these three languages. So it's important to know the basics, because whether you're using React, Angular, Vue, jQuery, Backbone, Ember, Bootstrap, Material Design, CoffeeScript, TypeScript, Dart, Babel, LiveScript, PureScript, Jade, Pug, Haml, Markdown, Slim, Less CSS, SASS, Stylus, PostCSS, Compass, Ionic, or Electron, so long as you know the basics, you can get around in just about anything. But where does it come from? How does it get on your browser? For that, you need a web server. The server runs software that your browser connects to and downloads the HTML and CSS and any fonts or images that it references, and the JavaScript. To create your baked mac and cheese web page, the server may compose the HTML on the fly, so the recipe is baked into the HTML itself. Or the JavaScript can download data from the server after the page loads. This software can be written in any language: JavaScript, C#, PHP, Python, you name it. Almost every language has one or more web frameworks, so where would your recipe be stored? There is specialized software for storing and retrieving information, called a database. The web server communicates with the database to store and retrieve information like recipes, tweets, or wiki articles, and serves that back up to the software running on the browser. This is known as a tech stack. You can think of this T for tech. The software running on the browser is called the front end. The software running on the server is called the middle tier, and then there's the database. Collectively, these are referred to as backend. Together, it's known as full stack. A full stack web developer has to be a jack of all trades, but it's okay to start small. And it's not important to be a master of any of this or know every technology under the sun. Knowledge and skill in any tech stack will easily transfer to any other tech stack so long as it follows this basic structure. If you're just getting started, don't worry about whether to learn Angular, React, or Vue, PHP, ASP.NET, or Node.js, SQL, Neo4j, or Mongo. Pick something and learn it. And if you learned something here today, I'd really appreciate it if you give this video a like. And if you want to see more, subscribe, ring the bell, all the things, and you'll be notified the next time I upload a video. And I'll see you next time.